Dixie light. And tonight,
ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday the 13th. It is spooky season, and we are here at Payne Valley, George Nicely Field to determine who is going to win the gold ball this year for the SVC. Even though we do have one more week to go, the winner of this holds lock share of first place for the SVC and is one game away from having the gold ball, Tony.
I'm pumped. It's going to be a great day. Honestly, we've got a lot of opportunity to see both of these teams, and I'm freaking pumped. There's so many stars on it. We got to talk to some of them this week. They're just as excited as we are, if not more, obviously, so I'm pumped.
Again, if you can't hear it in our voice, we are excited. This is like the SVC Super Bowl here, ladies and gentlemen. Unioto has been looking for this SVC title. They were so close a year ago, literally lost by 1 point, 1 inch, one play. Now this year they have avenged that loss. Now they are again one big game away from being SVC champions. On the other side, it's been a long time since this Payne Valley team has had a gold ball in their possession. Corey Dye going for his first gold ball here at Payne Valley, I'm pretty sure. And
oh, we got a Westfall shout out. Might as well give it.
Westfall shout out. There you go. But here we go with the biggest game of the year, Tony. Braylon Robertson to kick it off. Payne Valley does that little pooch kick like they normally do, and that's going to be recovered here by number 15, Jack Weingartner.
I'm not going to lie, folks. I wish I could garden wine. I'd probably be pretty rich.
I would be you. So, again, if you guys also have been following the TVC this year, another big game tonight for that. It is going to be Vinton County versus Nelsonville, York. We actually have the one and only Adam Cottle there himself, live tweeting it on Twitter. Go follow him at _CAUD22 on Twitter to get live updates from that. So after the kickoff, Newt Hoops in the shotgun. Unioto is getting ready to go on their first drive. Tony, what's some things that you're looking out of Unioto in this game?
The line. I think it's going to be huge for them. You know, if they can dictate the run game with the offensive line, they're going to switch over. A lot of those guys play the defensive line. So if they can win in the trenches, they definitely have the size to do it, especially against this Payne Valley team. They have a lot of heart, but maybe not as big as some of the boys on the other side of it. But so the one thing I'm looking for Unioto is probably that line.
And with Payne Valley, we got to talk to Peyton Bell earlier this week, and he said the line in the trenches is something that they look to try and win this week. Connor Dollison, speaking of, Connor Dollison gets the first handoff, and that is Peyton Bell himself getting through and getting a tackle for loss to start the game off for these Bearcats.
It's Friday the 13th, and did you just tell the future?
I did. I told you it's spooky season. It's time to get weird out here in the valley.
All right, back in the shotgun here. All right, looks like we got another flag. Slow start to this game. Got to give a shout out to Newt Hoops as well. Just honestly speaking, I don't think there's any records left on the planet to be
literally
broken.
record-breaking year.
I went to Salvation Army to try to pick one up, and there was just none there anymore. They were all just broken on the floor. I don't even know what's happening.
I know, dude. Even the records in my house just randomly disappeared. I don't know.
Well, it's like he gets them to break them again. I'm like, man, come on. Let's just stop breaking them, and we'll just take it into the end of the season.
All righty, so it is two wide receivers to the right, two wide receivers to the left with Connor Dollison in the backfield. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. Timeout Unioto, so that's going to be their first of the half. Now, scoreboard says 4th and 17. We know that is definitely not right. But the ball is on their 25-yard line.
This actually happened to Unioto when we were at their last game as well. I hope there's not similar circumstances such as the battle royale that went down at halftime between the referee and the clock operator.
All righty. So, again, like we've said before, this game has gold ball implications. These are the last two teams in the SVC that are eligible to win the gold ball. If you don't know what the gold ball is, that is for the team that wins the league and goes undefeated in conference play. And that's going to be a costly mistake there for Payne Valley right after a good play.
It's an exciting game, man. You get ahead of yourself a little bit. I definitely understand that one. You don't want to see it happen.
I was the exact same way, man. Every time we had a big game, I went up to all my coaches right before I started and said, I'm sorry because I'm going to have a penalty within the first 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Just too excited. All right, so Newt takes the snap, and he is going to be incomplete there. Target Ashton Crace.
There were a lot of defenders around it. I always say you got to bring it in if it touches your hand. But that being said, there was a lot of people around him there.
Alrighty.
A couple footsteps.
So that was second down. This will now be 3rd and 12. Ball on the 30. A lot of people around Payne Valley have been saying this is one of the bigger games Payne Valley's had in recent memory. Newt takes the snap, rolls out to his right. And that's going to be caught by number 20, Cody Braden.
What a play. That is a senior quarterback right there. The way to roll out, the way perfect footwork, throws it across his body. Absolutely perfect there. Man, way to go up, catch it. Perfect on both sides of it. Perfect pass, perfect catch.
All righty, so 1st and 10, ball on the 48 of the Bearcats here.
Oh, no, high snap.
Oh, high snap! And New Hoops, he's just going to fall on it. Smart play there by the quarterback. Instead of trying to pick it up and try and make something out of nothing, just fall on it and live to see another down.
It's very early in this game. There's really no reason to let anything crazy happen right now.
We would like to give a shout-out to some new sponsors this week, Railway Express. So real quick, actually, before that. So we see here, man in motion, snap just a little too high. It looks like Newt's kind of coming forward a little bit too much. But as you see here, jumps on it and just secures the ball to live to see another down.
Absolutely.
All right, so Cody Braden's going to get the pass again. He's going to have some blockers in front of him, but that means absolutely nothing to number 3 for Paint Valley, Willie Wheaton, the junior, stepping up big for the Bearcats.
Way to fight through the block. That is a great play by the defense there. You fought through the man that was supposed to be picking you to get back to him, got a hand on him, and wrapped up 2. That was awesome.
I will say I had Willie Wheaton as a player on my JV high school, my JV team when I coach here at Paint Valley. That is a kid, honestly, that has a lot more talent than people give him credit for. So watch out for him to make some more big plays here in this game.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to. Oh.
All right, trips to the right. Newt takes his snap. Oh, he's looking for Caden Cutright deep. And he is intercepted by Gage Wagner. What a huge play for the Bearcats.
I'm telling you right now, boys, this is what it's going to be. I think there's going to be a lot of good defense tonight. They thought there'd be a lot of offense that's still going to be coming, but, man, way to go up, climb the ladder, and get that pick.
Go
eat, young blood.
You called it. He climbed the ladder on that. He said, that's my chicken sandwich. I'm here to get it. All right, so that's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Bearcats on their first drive. They are led here by Braylon Robertson in the backfield. He is leading the league in yards rush for running backs as, speak of the devil, here he is.
By more than a little.
By more than a lot, even. Oh, my God. And we got some fans over here. We love you too, Jen Brewster of T-Mobile. Go find her if you need a new phone. Oh, yeah, she got married. It's Bowers now. Jen Bowers, PV alum. So that's going to be a false start on the Bearcats. Getting back to Braylon, though, he is leading the league with 1,400 rushing yards. Guess who's in second? Preston Faber, the quarterback, with 801. So the name of the game here for the Bearcats is run the ball, Tony.
It really is, except for the fact that your receiver's in the top 7 as well.
I was about to say, because if they aren't running the ball, you got to be worried about Carson Free, who's 4th with 44 receptions, but 1st in yards of 716. So that's Carson Free going in motion there.
This offense weirdly reminds me of that Boise State offense where they run the Statue of Liberty play. Just real weird, whatever you want to do, kind of spastic fun. I really like what Coach Dye's got going out there.
Alrighty, so during this timeout, we would now like to give a shout out to our sponsors. The Paxton Restaurant here in Bainbridge, if you're looking for a good breakfast and one juicy cheeseburger, that's the place to go. McFadden Pharmacy for any of your pharmacy needs, which I found out is a lot of stuff. I thought it was just for medical stuff. He has some really, really cool homemade 740 magnets, Paint Valley magnets, 45612 for the Bainbridge people. So he has a lot more stuff than just drugs there at that pharmacy.
Yeah.
And then we also want to give a shout out to Railroad Express. Amazing breakfast sandwiches there as well at that gas station right there on Veterans Parkway at the Marathon.
Get it. You think I'm kidding. I got to give a shout out to Pax as well because that burger, delightful.
It is so good. So good. And always want to give a shout out to Giovanni's for sponsoring our pizza giveaway. So here we are. Pay Valley, after the timeout, they're going to hand it off to Braylon Robertson. He's going to find a hole, and Braylon Robertson is going to pass the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Bearcats! My goodness, Braylon Robertson ran to Mars and back for that touchdown.
Outrunning a wide receiver to do it. Good God almighty.
That is his 24th touchdown of the season, giving Payne Valley an early lead here. And man, what a way to start this game, Tony.
More touchdowns than some teams in the SVC right now.
Wild. Wild. Did I say wild?
Wild.
Little wild. Alrighty, so after running to Mars and back for that touchdown, Braylon Robertson to kick the field goal, and the field goal is good. That is going to give Paint Valley a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. This crowd is bumping. They're electric on the Paint Valley side, and on the Unioto side, stun silence for the Shermans.
Definitely the way you want to start this game. Not the way you want to start it for Unioto, but again, senior quarterback, don't think that just because that side's not too loud right now and the ball's back in their hands, it won't be jiving again.
And what I want to say is beautiful block execution by the line there. They really, you could see them talking pre-snap. They're probably calling out some color codes, letting everybody know where to block, who to block. Got physical with their hands, drove their men back, and made a hole the size of a semi for Braylon Robertson to run through.
I love the energy. If you see what he was doing when he was walking in the end zone, it didn't seem like he was looking at the end zone.
Yeah.
He was looking back to make sure that people realize how big this game is. And sometimes, just like Deion Sanders says, when you live in somebody's head, you get rent-free. You know what I mean? So you get to get in that end zone, and that's exactly what he did, man. And I don't know if that's going to be the last time tonight.
So, Tony, everybody's looking at this game, Paint Valley Unioto on the line for the gold ball, right? There's an underlying factor here. We have the two tuba players of the SVC in one spot. My goodness, what kind of history are we making here tonight?
To be honest with you, I actually have taken pictures of both tuba players so that we could talk about them on the show. To be honest, we want to try to reach out, try to get one on. We've been talking about it all year. No joke. So if we can get one of you on, it'd be great. But I do have two pictures of them. We definitely want to put you on the show this week, so at least check it out for us. Because I'm telling you, it definitely has been the two best bands this year.
Yes. And at least the two best tuba players getting down with the funk.
Dude, that tuba player, when he shouts cadence, the Unioto band can hear it. I promise.
Alrighty, so Newt Hoops in the pistol formation here for the Shermans. He's going to take the snap, turn around, hand it off, and that is going to go absolutely nowhere for the Shermans.
Size doesn't matter when you have numbers, man.
Yeah.
A lot of black jerseys there.
Yes. So one thing about that last touchdown run, Tony, is we've seen a few big pass plays given up this year from Unioto. Not a lot of big run plays, though.
To be honest, the biggest one we saw was like a hook and ladder and then and a little weird
trick play. Yeah. All right, so Unioto comes back out here in their weird-looking pistol formation. As you can tell, I'm very, very educated in the football arts. And that is going to be handed off.
Ethan Summer coming out here, it's just, man, they are swarming the ball. And to be honest with you, when you have people that can play corner as well as they do, you can kind of cheat up. And it seems like that's what they're going to do, almost daring Newt Hoops right now.
Now, one thing, again, I couch coach over here, but it kind of looks like Paint Valley has come out these first two possessions, first three possessions here, and they have been ready for the moment to where Unioto kind of looks a little flat here, I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2 backs in the shotgun set there. Newt takes his snap. He's looking long, and that is going to be complete to number 8, Ashton Crease.
He said, dare me? Dare me? They were cheating up. He said, I dare you to throw it. What a ball!
He said, who is not ready for the moment? Because I am.
Goodness gracious, what a ball. He sat back. You have to realize, folks, when you watch that, he throws that ball a good 2 seconds before that man runs underneath it. That is pinpoint precision, and it's not easy.
Alrighty, so Unioto hurries up to the line, and we're going to have an offsides there for Paint Valley. Maybe not the worst thing there. I know you give up
$20, as he said. Got him!
I know you give up the 5 yards there, but let your defense get a break here. Let your defensive coordinator dial up a good play to get a stop here. But, man, Unioto looking to capitalize off a huge passing catch there from Newt Hoops to Ashton Crace. And I think we're going to have another offsides here for Paint Valley. So
using the aggressiveness against him right now. To be honest with you, I don't know if Newt or Matt came up with that, but that is genius right now.
So Friday the 13th, we knew it was going to be a little weird going on here tonight. You never know. With our Halloween feelings in the air.
I can smell the candy corn.
Alrighty, so
it smells like candy corn.
That's weird that candy corn smells like candy corn. But it's
oh no.
Also weird that Caden Cutright drops a pass. That is something that you just don't
That's
see.
actually the second one you've seen, not from him, but you saw one from Ashton Crace earlier. Again, players right there, and I don't, hearing footsteps.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And I'm not going to lie to you, when I'm playing corner in a big game like this where it's a little bit louder, I'm yelling every time that ball's in the air.
Yeah.
And little things like that make a big difference in wild games like this.
Alrighty, so Newt Hoops again in the shotgun. Pistol formation, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, and he has number 44, Connor Dollison, wide open for a Unioto touchdown.
We talked to Newt this week, and he kind of said, we pick our matchup to matchup per style against the defenses here. They have about 4 to 5 running backs to choose from, even digging down to David Long, and they can kind of pick it with who they're playing. If you see an aggressive style defense, maybe you need a Connor Dollison who's got a little bit more power and then bounce him out to the outside for a nice catch like that. I mean, wide open, walked in, great play call.
Alrighty, so.
But having Ethan Summer, having Connor Dollison, having James Reinhart, you even, like I said, David Long's rushed the ball before. You just have a lot of options out here. But sometimes a lot of options, it makes it difficult.
I feel like we have one team here has a lot of options. All the options are good. A lot of options are elite, right? Paint Valley, I don't want to say that they don't have a lot of options. They do. Braylon, Bryson, Carson. They don't have the depth. But the guys that they have are studs.
You could call them Rushmores.
Yes.
If you're talking like a Mount Rushmore of the SVC right now, you have to have 2 faces on it. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the top 2 rushers in the league.
Has to be.
You know what I mean?
By the way, a beautiful spiral from Preston to win. Again, he was like, it took him 5 throws to win the pizza for the student section. He said, did it on purpose. Like to keep you guys on your team.
Do you know what we like here at Ride the Wave Show? A good personality.
Yes,
bud.
and good viewership. Alrighty, so after the touchdown, Unioto is set to kick it away here. 7-7, 6:35 to go in the first quarter, and it has been nothing short of expectations here.
A personal favorite here, Rocky Reinhart to kick off. I love the name, bud.
All right, and that's going to be Carson Free. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. He makes one-man miss, and he's really just ran out of room there. Really, it looks like he just ran out of room. The sideline kind of got in the way of him running for the rest.
Did I see like a wacky, inflatable, and failing arm man there? He hit him up top and said, "This is not a tackle, my friend. You did not wrap me at all. I will not go down. I'll walk to the sideline and see myself out. Thank you
You
very
know
much."
rhymes with Carson Free? Nick Chubb, okay?
I love it.
All righty, so Paint Valley is going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left. Braylon in the backfield with Preston in the shotgun. And, man, Man,
Tough.
that's another big penalty. Pay Valley has really got to clean up these turnovers if they're going to expect to win this game tonight.
That looked like a nice play call, too.
We've had a lot of offsides. We've had a lot of false starts. You just got to calm down, keep your head in the game, and honestly, wait till that ball snap. Don't even listen to the quarterback here. Keep your eye on the ball at this point. All righty, so Payne Valley takes the snap, hands off to Braylon Robertson. Looks like he's going to gain back about 5 yards on that one, maybe 4.
The one thing Paint Valley has, not just the one thing, but another thing Paint Valley has going for them is because they are such a rushing style team, they don't have to worry about the fact that Unioto has amazing corners.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's not that they won't test them, they already have, but it's just, it's one of those things that if you can kind of take away one of the best parts of their defense, which is the interceptions. I mean, they scored multiple touchdowns this year.
Off of interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Won games off of interceptions.
Yep.
So that is going to be a run, though, that doesn't go very far. That he is going to be met by number 55 of Unioto.
Marcel James.
Didn't see the other side of the sheet there. That's amazing reporting for you guys. All right, so Payne Valley quick to the line here after that.
I'm going to see something from Will Fleck here. Let's see what you got, bud.
All right, so he's going to roll out to the left. Oh, and he's going to be Preston is just going to be taken up by 57 of Unioto, Bryce Jarvis, and number 2, KB Perkins.
Liking to see him out there, too. Got quite a few sacks this year.
So, after a big start here to Paint Valley, a few negative plays here. They give up the big pass play, give up some penalties, start this drive with a penalty. Got to clean it up here a little bit for the Bearcats. Cut right back to receive. Gavin Kingery's punt is away. Good punt.
High punt, good roll,
Beautiful
baby.
punt. Completely flips the field here for the Bearcats.
Huge.
For the brand right there.
You cannot give Nude Hoops a short field.
You can't. You can't.
Especially,
Shit, you can't even give him a long field.
if Lucas Haynes is here tonight, we'd have to make sure that he is. We don't know if he has any prior engagements. But if he's kicking tonight, he's got a leg. So he doesn't need.
He's in field goal range from the 50.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so after a big stop here for the Shermans, they'll take over again on their 31, on the Bearcats 31 with 4:45 to go in this already electric game for the SVC title. All righty, 2 wide receivers to the right and the left. I'm sure that's a certain formation, but guess who doesn't know the name of that formation, Tony? Me. And then Connor Dawson's going to flip to Newt Hoots' left side from the shotgun. It looks like they're going to go right to Connor Dawson. That is going to be a great hit there by Braylon Robertson, though, to come up and make that tackle.
That is a big stop. If he beats him, he's getting a ton of
That's
yards.
one thing I love that you get to see in the SVC. You don't just get to watch these running backs run all over the defense. You get to watch them get on the defensive side and hit the other team's running back. I mean, it's amazing to watch, honestly. All right, so we have bunch formation to the right, one receiver down to the left. Newt looking out, connects there to number 20 again, Cody Braden. Going to gain a couple here.
They're executing these plays very well. The defense is just kind of sniffing them out. I'd honestly like to see him to get some traditional routes in front of the line of scrimmage.
I was about to say, Tony, it really seems like a chess match here between both teams' offensive and defensive coordinators. Look, a lot of, we had the big play there from Unioto's pass, and then obviously the big run there from Braylon, but most of it's been, hey, I'm going to do this. What do you do when I do this? And look for some counteractions later in the game here. Newt looking deep. He's going to have some room. Braylon Robertson's going to have a nice pursuit angle, and he's going to come up. Oh, and that is going to be a big flag. I don't know about that one, Tony.
I'm 50-50 on it, man.
In a game like this, I feel like you got to let that go.
I just didn't have the angle to see if the arms extended. That's the way, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. It's just maybe that ref's on a view because I think it's more of a get off of me than it is an ignorant shove.
Yeah.
But the problem is if the arms extend, you're going to get that call every time.
Yeah.
He went down a little hard. Again, it's close. It's not a big deal. You know me, I don't like that type of malarkey. I would be definitely shooting it down.
It's
but
close
I feel
enough
like
to call as a penalty, but I just feel like these refs are getting a little too flag happy here tonight, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah,
We're
let 'em
here to
play.
watch the players. All right, so Newt takes the snap, runs right up the middle, going to be good for about a gain of 5. Now, that could be a big momentum swing here for the Shermans. You got stopped. Paint Valley had a big drive going there on defense. Now, after the penalty, you give them new life. That could be detrimental, Tony.
Absolutely. When you've got a guy like Newt, like just look at his footwork, look at the way he conducts himself and stepped up into the pocket to even get that run on that play. It's just you can't have too many mistakes against a guy like that.
Alrighty, so that play's just going to go nowhere for the Shermans to bring
up. Hey, no extracurriculars, boys. I like how nothing was called on that one, but there was a little bit of jive turkeying going on there. I don't know if I'm condoning that. I think this game really might differentiate the Studs from the Jags.
Yeah.
Okay? Just an ordinary guy.
You a first-round.
Man, what a
You
tackle.
a third-round pick that they'd race the first-round pick on. And there we go again. Willie freaking Wheaton on the tackle there. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be one kid that could be an X factor for Paint Valley tonight. So a little update from the Vinton County game thanks to our good pal of the show, one of our favorite co-hosts. You know him as my right-hand man, Adam Cottle. He is tweeting out that the Vikings get a big tackle for loss for a turnover on downs to take over the ball. Score is still deadlocked at 0 with 11 minutes to go. Punt is away for the Shermans. Oh, Carson.
Ooh,
oh, no. Oh, my goodness. You got to let that one go.
Did KB Perkins just get a touchdown?
You got to let that one go. I think he's going to be down on the 1. Look at this. Beautiful hang time right about here. Get away from it. Even if you catch it, and then look, right there, tries to catch it, slips out of his hands. It looks like KB Perkins he recovered it on the 1-yard line. But again, we got a flag here. Just mental errors absolutely killing the Bearcats in this first quarter.
A lot of times in these big games, you need some of your senior athletes to pull some of the younger guys aside. And I'm not saying there. I just mean putting little things in people's ears, saying, hey, guys, if it's too far back, let it go. Different things like that. You forget fundamentals in big games like this. It's hard when you have this much passion.
And right there, you can't have – I know you're right there on the goal line, but that's an unsportsmanlike conduct from number 51, Gavin Kingery. Really just, again – mental errors here for the Bearcats that you just cannot have in one of the biggest games of the year. It looks like this is going to be Newt Hoops going right up the middle. No, it's him going right on the outside, and that's going to be a touchdown. Shermans! Unioto taking the lead here.
I'm telling you, it's pretty much served to him on a platter. You don't like to see it. We can't forget. Unioto gave them a pretty good opportunity in the beginning as well, so it's almost giving one back with that long snap. It might not have been a turnover like Carson's, but similar to it when the team gets the ball back quickly like that.
So Unioto makes the best of a few mental mistakes here for the Bearcats, and the field goal for the PAT is good, but when is it not? When you have the GOAT as your kicker.
I'm telling you, I literally love it. It's like I love that he's that good, and I also have to bring up the fact I caught one of his kicks. You know what I mean? Do you never forget when I ripped my headset off?
I heard you haven't washed your hands since.
30-yard beeline run. Skish, skish. Right into the old duck.
Skish, skish, skish. So, with the run, so look here with Newton. It looks like that they're going to go right up the middle here. It looks like he's trying to find his gap, and the gap he finds is actually way on the outside. Look, double team block there, seals the edge, and then it's just cross that line there for number 5, which he's done multiple times in his career.
I think he might have looked at that B gap and just said, nah, wide open real estate over here.
Like,
I think I'll purchase this.
My guys like to block. I'll just let them block here for a little bit.
I like when things are smooth, you know?
Other than my brain.
That's true.
It's pretty smooth. Thoughts just roll right off. All righty, so big touchdown there for the Shermans to give them their first lead of the night with 1:24 to go in the first quarter
14 unanswered points.
Pay Valley's got to come up with something big on this drive. I'm totally 100% not biased against the Bearcats that I graduated from and I'm alumni from and played with them and won SVC titles with them and stuff like that. Totally 100% not biased at all whatsoever.
I'm not biased against Unioto because their kicker has the same name as a movie that I love, and I'm from Philadelphia. It's cool.
So here we are, the Unbiased Ride the Wave show coming at you with, looks like a penalty there for Unioto kicking the ball out of bounds. I heard, Tony, that you're not allowed to do that in football on the
You're
kickoff.
really not. On the kickoffs, you have to keep it in the field at least, even if it's going to stop rolling or anything like that. The second it touches the out-of-bounds line, that's not the end zone. You get it right back. I think in high school, is it the 35 or 40?
I think it's the 35. And then if it's past the, or no, I think it's the 40. And then if it's past the 40, just wherever it went out of bounds. 35. Good old 35. So we got two wide receivers to the left. Preston and Braylon in the shotgun. Preston takes a snap. Oh, he's looking long. Oh! They go right back to Carson Freed for him to try and make it for that mistake, and he just drops that pass.
What? to even make a play on that is elite, man.
Beautiful
that is elite
throw,
athleticism.
Beautiful body placement there by Carson. Again, like you said, Tony, to even have a chance to try and catch that ball.
I don't know if it had anything to do with the play, but Marcel James for Unioto was running up and down the line on his hands and feet like he was a Wolverine.
Right.
He's doing it again. Look at him.
So pistol formation here.
Busting right through.
Man, yeah. And that's going to be maybe a gain of one, if any, there for the Bearcats.
We're kind of future tellers today because I'm not going to lie.
Friday the 13th, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wanting to watch the game within the game, we talked about it before. We talked about it in the beginning of the show here.
Come on, today,
The
Junior.
battle of the trenches has been amazing to watch tonight. It has been a lot of fun. I mean,
I'm not kidding, though. With him moving left and right like that, you have to think as a center. You have to think as a guard. It's a little thing.
It's hard. It's hard because you're making a call to say who you're going to block. If that person's moving at all times, it's hard to make that call. So they got trips to the right. Preston's looking to go deep. Pocket collapses. He steps up. He's just going to tuck it and try and run. Good play there. Escapes the sack. Doesn't see anything downfield. Don't try and force it and just go down.
Will Fleck through there quick, man. The Unioto's defense is getting close. Let's see if they can respond.
Alrighty, so that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Unioto up 14-7. That bottle of water is up because Tony is chugging it, and we're having an amazing time here at George Nisley Field. Copper Mountain has officially vanished into outer space because we are surrounded by nothing but pitch black darkness and good football.
Do you know what I just learned?
Everything.
That Cooper's Hawk wine place is named after Cooper's Mountain over here.
You mean Copper's Mountain?
Copper's Mountain, yeah. That's what it's named after, right?
I don't know.
You know the wine place?
No.
You classless turd. Jesus, get up there and get you a bottle, bud.
You know who's not classless, Tony? Our amazing sponsors.
Absolutely.
Again, we want to give a huge shout out to the Paxton Restaurant. Best breakfast, best burger in Bainbridge. BBB. And then we got
Man, what a marketing ploy. He's completely correct. It's the truth.
Yeah. And then we got McFadden Pharmacy. Again, not only there for the drugs, they got some good knickknacks in there for any and all people. They even have some good bows I saw in there, Tony. Not a bow hunter myself because I don't want to hurt anybody because I'm an idiot. So I don't personally buy them. But if you're into bows, that's where you need to go.
I happen to have one myself, and I didn't know he had the supplies for that. So
and now you know where to go.
Thank you.
And we want to give another shout out to Railroad Express. Amazing gas station food. So, fourth down. Bearcats go for the handoff to Braylon Robertson, and he is going to get the first down. We see the first big call of the game, and it's on the Paint Valley side.
That was 4th and 10?
No, that was fourth, and I want to say about 4.
Apologies. The board's not really caught up here. It's hard to get, but I'm telling you what.
Hurry
what
up
a
offense
call.
here for the Bearcats. We are in our stances. Braylon Robertson has the ball. He's running over not only Unioto, but his own teammates to get the
Piketon
yard.
got Unioto with that hurry-up offense for quite a while there, and we even saw Waverly do it when they were down big against him.
So maybe Paint Valley's seen some things on film here that they need to try. But again, if you're not a hurry-up offense, could make some mistakes trying to turn into one. But let's see here. Preston takes the snap, fakes the pass, going deep to Carson Free.
I hate being critical. I don't like the play. It might have been the way his footing was beat. Sometimes it's tough to turn your body when you're coming off your left foot. But
Tony, I like the play. He tries to catch it in one hand there. I'm not a wide receiver. I'm a big, fat guard. Looked like, though, he could maybe have tried to use two hands.
I want to run through it.
But
I want him to run through it there.
I'm not going to question the best receiver in the league, but I will question the best receiver in the league on that one. All righty, so Pay Valley gets the ball here, and they're going to hand it off. And that's going to be number 8. I want to say Donovan.
That was 8-on-8 crime, and Ashton Crace, what a tackle, bud. Way to get low, pad level, wrap up, textbook, bud.
So that is Abbott Johnson on the run. One of my favorite names to say here, Abbott.
I think it's Tank Abbott Johnson.
So it looks like 3rd and 7 here for the Bearcats.
What did he say, Breaking Benjamin?
No, it says Clay has all the Benjamins.
Gotcha.
Make it rain, make it rain. So we have a timeout here for something that we don't know what it is. Here's
Look
Johnson.
at this tackle, man.
Great
Look at
open
that. Do you know
field
what
tackle.
that is? That is a rugby tackle.
Yes.
Football is actually derived from rugby, but the first thing that you want to do, if you tackle without a helmet on, you tuck your head to the side because you're scared. The armor that you have in football has really allowed for bad tackling to happen for years.
Yes.
So when you tackle somebody, you plant your feet, you tilt your head, and you put your shoulder through. And when you stand your ground, that's when you can power through. You slide down the body, and that is literally a textbook tackle, and it's a safe tackle. His neck is safe. If my son is ever going to grace the football field, that's how I want him to do it.
You know what that is, Tony. Good coaching. So I think they're measuring.
Unioto, we've had some frisky things happen with the chains before as well at Unioto, so I'm watching
at
it.
Unioto, though. So
It was.
But the thing here is the chains are on Unioto. Conspiracy here. Alrighty, so again, it is Friday the 13th, so watch out for that spooky business.
A spooky business.
Spooky business. I'm going as Luigi this year.
I like it.
Alrighty, so Preston in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Braylon. Braylon.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely met and hit hard by Marcel James.
I'm hearing both sides scream because it looked like he was about to have a nice hard hit there. Here, we'll break it down.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see this freight train get it, he runs into another freight train, and then a sonic boom happens. Oh, but he gets the first down. He reaches second effort. First down, Bearcats. What a huge play, and way to be smart there by Braylon Robertson.
What a tank.
So, 1st and 10 for the Bearcats in Unioto's field. Oh, that's a bad pass.
Yeah, he telegraphed that one with his eyes.
Triple coverage. That's going to be intercepted by Ashton Crace, and he's going to cross
That's
the 50.
Mr. Jake Howard, I
Sorry,
believe.
Jake Howard. My apologies. And a huge, huge play by the Unioto Shermans, and that sideline goes absolutely crazy.
Go get you something to eat, bud. You know, there's been a lot of interceptions out there. Jake Howard was elite
So, look,
against
you
Pike.
see him cross from the field. He sees it the entire way, reads the route, jumps right in front of it, intercepts it, and just follows his blockers after that,
If
Tony.
you look at Preston from the jump, he drops back. He does not look off anyone. I know this isn't the professional or anything like that, but maybe start looking down the middle of the field to hold Jake right there and come back to the outside. Again, I have no athletic ability, and I could never do that.
Alrighty, so Unioto with the ball. They're going to hand it off here to number 7, and that is going to be Ty Woods. Ty Woods is going to find a hole, and Ty Woods is going to have a huge run here for the Shermans.
Those end arounds, getting the ball in his hand, he's one of those gadget-type players who really can make some interesting plays.
And another player that we talked about in the beginning of the broadcast, Tony, depth for the Shermans. Yeah. We haven't seen Ty Woods all night. First time he touches the ball, huge 7-yard run for the Shermans.
And what's nuts is he's their safety.
Alrighty, so Handoff here to number 8, Crace. Crace is going to get on the outside, find some room. He's going to get the first down and then some, but it looks like we have a flag for holding on Unioto, so this one should be coming back, folks. Oh, this kid just got mossed over here in the playground. My goodness, Randy Moss 2.0 over here in the playground, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, if you're looking for something crazy, come see the street football that's happening. It looks like NFL blitz mixed with street. It's insane. I just saw some kid run up the side of a fence and have a one-hander.
I'm pretty sure I saw 2 power-ups at the same time run into each other, just like Braylon and the
Unreal. I
Unioto
wish
defender.
I was as cool as them.
All righty, so 9:58 to go in the first half. 2nd and 13 for the Shermans after the costly penalty. New Hoops takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Gets it to Braden. He's going to.
Quick feet.
Man, he's just not going to go down.
If you're going to keep him up.
Real quick about this backyard football. So, yeah, we have really, really good football players.
We've got some backyard football going on the field. What is going on with this Milwaukee?
Uh-oh. Another flag. Who's that going to be on?
It's, to be honest, it looked like a little bit of a rugby scrum in there. Shout rugby again. I played in college. I don't know that they know what's going on.
All I know is it's on Unioto because they're walking. He's running. So that's going to be a personal foul for Unioto. Really got to get to this. There are kids playing tackle football on the pavement.
I believe
Born winners right here.
To be honest, we have 2 games going. It seems like we've got a grass field and a blacktop field.
And I think whenever one team wins, they have to switch. Listen, we'll keep you guys updated on this amazing game, but we have this amazing game as New Hoops is looking to fire one, and he completes it to his brother, Blake Hoops. And
oh, come on, guys, come on.
I don't think that's going to be a penalty. Yeah, it looks like they let that one go. It looks like when you're on the back, there's a lot of people around you. You just kind of go down there. I like the no call there.
Yeah, it's no call. If he holds on a little bit longer, maybe touches the feet a little bit.
I will say this. It does make this game now confusing because that was way worse than the one that was called, I believe. So now it's like, as a player, what am I supposed to do?
Honestly, in this game, send it.
Play through the whistle.
Freaking send it.
All righty, 2 wide receivers to the left and the right, and a timeout to the left, as in for Unioto. Alrighty, so Unioto takes their 2nd timeout of the half. We have good backyard football. We have good high school football. We got Giovanni's Pizza. We have Copper's Mountain. We have Unioto. We have Paint Valley. And we have nothing else to say other than this has been an amazing, amazing night here, Tony.
It really has. I love the weather. Everybody's having fun. Look at these kids dancing over here, too. Absolute blast.
All righty, so we have figured out that if you're not playing football over here, you better be dancing. Ooh. Want to give a huge shout out to Paint Valley. They literally blocked off an entire section for the great Mrs. Woods here at Paint Valley, but she is gracious enough
you should see
to let
it.
us
To be honest,
call
she
the
must
game.
be a legend because we're in about a 50 by 50 space here, and
Just
she's
for her.
the only chair.
She said, you know what, I guess since I was your first grade teacher, I'll let you be here for the game.
VIT.
Yes, very important teacher.
Okay?
All
VIT section, don't even look at it. Yeah, keep on
Moving
walking.
along, moving along.
Now.
We're also her security guards. That was
Yeah.
part of the deal.
Yeah, it really was. We were supposed that they were going to be supplied for us. Doesn't matter. We're both pretty husky / fat.
Yeah,
and we can take
I
care
learned
of
that if you look fat, people just think you're strong.
it. I learned that too. I was little my whole life. I was like, I should have just been fat.
What's your workout? Pizza curls.
All right,
Alrighty,
here we go,
so
boys.
trips to the left, the 1 wide receiver to the right. New Hoops is looking for that 1 wide receiver, and it is going to be complete to that 1 wide receiver, who is his brother Blake Hoops.
It's really tough because with how good
4th
Newt
and
is at the
6.
deep ball.
What do you do here? What do you do here? Matt Hoops said, no questions. I'm going for it. What are you talking about? This is for the gold ball. Watch for a hard count here. Oh, no, that's for a first down. My apologies. So 1st and 10 for the for the Shermans, and Hoops is just going to run right up the middle.
I like how he didn't take the full contact there. I feel like people look at it, you're running slow. Why didn't you slam yourself into it? I don't know, because you got the rest of the game to play.
Yeah, or you're just waiting, I don't know, for a hole.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so after a gain of 4 there, 2nd and 6 on the 28 for the Shermans.
I just want to hear the bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Oi! Oi! All right, ball snapped. Oh, no, and I think they have a one-on-one matchup that they're liking, and that is touchdown Shermans! Blake Hoops beats Willie Wheaton for the touchdown. They went to that 3 straight times there. That must be a matchup that they found and that they're liking, Tony.
It absolutely is, and I mean, when you're playing this much football, I know it's quarter number 2. These wide receivers are running down the field every play. Just because they're not getting the pass every time, the cornerbacks still have to stay up with them, or they would have gotten past too.
I think one thing about being in an elite wide receiver room is that you have to run your route as hard as you can every single time.
Absolutely.
Because the one time you don't, somebody might see that and you're not getting your number called anymore.
And that's the one time they might have need you. You know what I mean? You don't see it much with this Unioto team. They really believe in one another.
All right, so Adam Vinatieri, Lucas Haynes away with the kick, and it is good.
Honestly, shout Haynes. Give this kid a sponsorship, you know? Get him some free white tees or something. Good God.
Or at least some free White Castle. Anyways.
This same Lucas Haynes that holds the goal record for Unioto.
If you guys hadn't heard.
Just to let you know.
So, Unioto with the touchdown and field goal makes it a 21-7 lead here for the Shermans. So, Paint Valley, so here we go again. Blake Hoops, he has plenty of space there. They aren't even press covering him. But look, Newt gets the ball, and that's right where his eyes go. They knew they're going there, and a beautifully placed ball right in the back of the end zone gets the what. It looks like maybe just 1 foot in bounds because the second one takes him out of bounds. But that's a connection that you, in a chemistry, you don't get anywhere else other than with the Hoops brothers. Hoops, there it is.
What a ball, man. Perfect placement. Again, you have to throw that ball so long before he's actually there. I want to give a shout out to Blake there too, because if you watch, one of the most difficult times when the ball is in the air is when the ball is in the air and you have to jockey for position.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to make a catch, when you bump into the corner, it's a specific timing thing.
Yes.
So the way that he did, and he almost hand jockeyed at the correct time to make the space. It doesn't just happen that way.
And knowing where you're at on the field, knowing I have to catch and get this foot down because I am right on the edge of being out of bounds. Also, Notre Dame, give Newt Hoops a call for the love of God. He's a quarterback that can actually throw it.
I would probably appreciate if they didn't call because I would like him to enjoy his life. Okay?
Hey. Me too. And I want him to enjoy his life with me as an Irish fan. So, Notre Dame, give him a call. But Paint Valley, they're going to take the ball over here on their own 20 to 21-yard line. Got to get something going here for the Bearcats. The only thing that they've really had here is they had the big interception to start the game, and then they had a touchdown after that. And that was a big run there by Braylon Robertson. But other than that, the Bearcats offense has really been stalling. So they come out, shotgun formation. Preston takes it. Man, and that is sniffed out by Unioto all the way. He's brought down by pretty much the entire defensive line.
Marcel James getting the troops ready.
So after the tackle for loss.
Did you mean to do that?
Not the first time. Have you ever seen Bruce Almighty? It's good stuff. Alrighty, so pistol formation here. Preston takes a snap. Pitches out to Carson Free.
Man.
I think that was designed.
I think it was, too. The one thing I'll say about the last one, I wonder if that was an option because it didn't seem like Robertson went up to block it, almost like he was waiting for the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking that the option was more prone to go to the running back there, but it was just not very good. And to be honest with you, the play after that, I mean, have we seen Robertson get stopped at all tonight? Like, I feel like I'm just
I feel like he's at least getting 3 yards per run. Alrighty, so Preston takes a snap. Preston has the ball away, a little bit behind the receiver there.
Ty Woods, baby.
It looks like Unioto said, listen, beat us with anyone else in the receiving game but with Carson Free. I mean, they've been trying to go to Carson Free. He's been open a couple of times, but for the most part, you have 1-2 guys on him that time where we thought that Preston Thurs the interception. 3 guys there in coverage. It looks like they're trying to take away him and say, beat us with any other receiver.
Well, what's tough is you definitely don't want to give Unioto a lead because what that does is it means you got to throw it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to throw
you're a
against
running
these
team.
corners.
Yes.
We just talked about the benefit of Paint Valley having running against these cornerbacks. It seems like the tides have turned, and now, to be honest with you, they're going to have to get out of their comfort zone a little bit.
I think Unioto comes in here, big pass play, first play, to try and really extend this lead and set the tone.
What I would like from Paint Valley, honestly, maybe try to dig up something from the playbook where Robertson's kind of picked out to the outside, Braylon's picked out to the outside, and give him a short pass.
Yeah,
kind of do something where it's almost like a run play, but it's still just a dump pass, and maybe get some of the defensive ends up towards Fadbar before he does it.
All right, so Willie Wheaton comes out again on Blake Hoops.
What a name.
That is the matchup that they liked last drive, so let's see if they go right back to it. But no, they go to Connor Dollison, who honestly isn't touched until he gets 10 yards past the line of scrimmage for the Shermans.
I'll have some sugar water. More.
What?
You ever, Men in Black? You remember that guy?
I was not.
Yes.
I was not ready for that.
Our
at all.
executive producer definitely got the joke, so somebody did.
Alrighty, so after the big run,
More. You remember that now?
no. That's the crazy thing. I do not at all whatsoever.
Oh, 90s.
So, Hoops takes a snap, and he's going to be met in the backfield. That's going to be number 60 for the Bearcats, Hunter Freeman on the tackle. You know, I played with Hunter's brother, Corey. Literally had... Okay, I'm going to say...
I thought you froze like that one senator up there, bro.
No, but he had the most tackles, I want to say, in Paint Valley history our senior year. So he was just a ball, and guess what? Safety.
Yeah,
So
love it.
it's like, that's insane, man. Hoops takes a snap. Looks like he went to go fake the handoff on the wrong side, and Connor Dollison is going to get met.
I want to apologize for the other announcer here. He was handing it off to a ghost. It is Friday the 13th. It is Spooky-tober. And he said, here, Casper. Boom, turn, throw.
And Casper would fit in with those white unis. My bad.
It's all right.
I will learn to be better on
Know
the
the date.
Wave Show. Now, big decision. 4th and 3. You're on your own 40. You're clearly in Lucas Haynes' field goal range because you're just on the field. Do you go for the 4th down here, or do you kick the field goal or punt it away?
Connor Dollison's, to be honest, probably
they're
not going to. Looks
for
like
it.
he's going to be blocking, but it's.
You can't jump off sides here if you're Paint Valley, and they don't. The ball's
What?
away, and that is completed. Hoops to Hoops, 20, 10, and Hoops. There it is again for a touchdown.
It wasn't just catching him off guard either. That was a well-designed play. To be honest, the way that he came back through and was able to loop around, that's exactly the route and the where you're supposed to catch it.
So Unioto gave up a interception on their first offensive drive, then give up a big touchdown drive to Braylon Robertson, and ever since then has been
Snap over the head.
absolutely perfect.
It was a snap over the head, and they had the
Yes. So, but since then, Tony, they've been flawless.
Bah! Bah!
I can hear New Hoops all the way over here.
No, I see the GOAT Lucas Haynes out here, bud.
That's what I said, Lucas Haynes.
You actually had me fooled.
I got you on that one, though. You definitely thought I did. Alrighty, so after the field goal is good, that is going to give Unioto 28, Paint Valley 7 here for the gold ball of the SVC.
Again,
Look here. Break it down for us,
man,
Tony.
way to stay in the pocket. Nude Hoops taking a shot to the face there, man. High tackle. Honestly speaking, if he doesn't get the ball out, it's definitely a roughing the passer. Way to stand there and do it. Again, the route design there, when he comes back to the ball, you can catch it, and since you have momentum forward, you don't try to cut back. You take a loop around. The good part is when you loop around, sometimes those defenders have taken a line to where when you loop, they can't get you anymore. It's actually designed that way, and it's exactly the way you want to run it. Again, them being brothers, they probably ran it in the backyard, 100 times? They're probably in the basement playing floor hockey,
Tony,
dialing up plays.
You do
with
know
dry
that
erase
you have to
markers.
loop-de-loop and pull, and then your shoes are looking cool. So that's probably where they got that from.
I had the double bunny ear end around kind of technique for a while. Mick
Yeah.
got made fun of, had to change it. And I'm
That's
telling
for
you what,
Easter. This
nobody's
is
ever
Halloween.
going to peer pressure me into changing my life again. I'll tie my shoes however I want.
Yeah, with Hey Dudes, because you can't tie your shoes, Tony.
I wear Vans.
We're Vans. Alrighty, so Unioto to kick the ball away. Ooh.
Rocky Reinhardt looking like Rocky Balboa with that leg.
And Carson Free is going to run it right up the middle and get it past the 30-yard line here for the Bearcats.
Now, I don't know if this is the reason, but I do see.
The reason is I am here.
Is that Hoobastank? Mm-hmm. No Hoobastank on the show. No Hoobastank. Actually, fine. We were on Breaking Benjamin earlier, too, so we might as well take it.
Hey, we have a ride variety here. Get it? Ride.
No. Again, to be honest with you, I think they're going to dare him to throw it here. When you have Caden Cutright, Ashton Crace, Ty Woods in the back, you really, really just want to you really want to make sure you're solidified here. You want to run the ball and get back to the basics, but you're down too much at this point. Caden Cutright, I'm not going to lie, when we talked to him this week, dude, what a sharp kid. He kind of talked about playing only defense and playing cornerback and then being able to switch over to wide receiver, which he is absolutely elite at. But the way that he plays corner is so nice, especially for the style of high school football. Because he has the ability to run like a wide receiver, he can follow that wide receiver and sometimes know exactly the route that he's going to run and cut better than most of these wide receivers. When you're one of the best wide receivers, doing their moves better than them, it's a cheat code.
It's reading a route that you're not even running.
At the end of the last game, you're sitting there. You do not get an 88-yard game-winning pick six unless you know what's about to happen. He cut that route, and that momentum was already going forward. You don't have that momentum to do that unless you knew what was going to happen and you knew what play was going to happen.
That's something that's amazing about these Unioto players, man. They're not just very, very athletic. They're so freaking smart, too.
They really, really are. And when you talk to them, you see it.
Yeah.
They're very calculated, even kind of working together to get, we had both of them on at the same time, Newt and Caden, and them kind of working through some of the answers, even talking about, who to give props to on the team and working together with some of these answers. It was very nice to watch.
All right, so Preston fakes the handoff, and he misses Bryson Dunham by just a little bit there. Going to make it second. Yeah, third and long here.
I'll tell you what, that's who they need right now.
Yep.
Get that boy the rock. You want to talk about a firecracker?
I don't know if he's breaking out dance moves or calling a play there, but whatever it was dope.
He did not teach me how to Dougie, by the way. I did not see.
Well, way to go, Bryce. Now, he did cook us some amazing chicken wings. I will say that on Wednesday. Might have literally been the best wings I've had. Sorry, Wagner's.
He's a smoke.
Go hire this
man.
man.
I'm telling you, man. He talked about it.
All righty, so hand off to Braylon. Lowers the shoulder for a big hit there, but that's not even going to be close for a first down.
A name we haven't heard much is David Long on that tackle right there. Great player from Unioto. Very, very young.
Sherman's, if you don't know this man, learn him. Because
now.
After this year, he's going to be one that's trying to break Newt's records. Good luck, pal. It probably ain't going to happen, but you can at least try.
We're already out of them, sorry.
All righty, so Gavin Kingery on for the Bearcats 2-punt away.
Football, look out. VIT, look out. Football. Don't worry. Everybody's okay over here.
Yes, Mrs. Woods is okay. Don't worry, everybody. We made sure no one even got close to her.
False start here.
Another false start for the Bearcats, man.
And honestly, to break it down, false starts just tend to happen when the offense just jumps too quickly, okay? And that's what it is. The reason why that could be happening tonight is, again, nerves,
big
enthusiasm.
Game. Yes.
Like one thing you really have to realize is it's not really even a mental mistake sometimes. It's just pure adrenaline.
Yes. All right, so
punt
is away.
Did not like, man.
High punt, the bounce gets to where the receiver was. Man, I wish that ball could have landed where he was, because that ball would have bounced probably to the one. Yeah. All righty, so Tony, I would say that the name of the game here for the Bearcats has just been clean up the mistakes. And for Unioto, it's been, hey, capitalize on those mistakes. You know what I mean?
If this defense can get a 4-and-out right here, it would be huge.
Yes.
I know it may not be putting points on the board, but it'll give them the opportunity to, and it'll show them that if they need a stop, they can do it.
And with these penalties and mental errors, again, we had a penalty that on a fourth down that kept the drive alive for the Shermans. Then we had a botched punt recovery. Now we have number 14 for the Shermans, Ethan Summer, doing what he does best. And remember, we got to interview him after that big win against Piketon. He, let at least the schools know that they were coming, and they're here.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually drafted him in our fantasy football or high school fantasy football league this year. Great pick. Again, with Unioto having so many running backs, it's just they switch him in and out. It's almost hard to play him in fantasy football.
It's like getting a Chiefs running back.
I mean, honestly, if you have all 5 on your bench, you're definitely going to get one of the best running back of that
It's
week.
just like, hey, just make sure you pick with the right one. And if you pick the right one, go play the lottery that night.
Yeah.
All righty, so it's going to be 2nd and 12 here for the Shermans. Unioto's been liking the pass and these long second down options. So here they are again. Oh, Newt is letting it fly. What an amazing catch by number 8, Ashton Crace. My goodness, what a grab.
I'm going to tell you right now, wow.
Look at this. Newt takes the step back, nice turnaround and spin to make the defender bite. The defender has great position, but Ashton just goes up and takes it away from him. And then here comes Ethan Summer running up the middle. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, he went and took it like it was lunch money, and he was the school bully.
Gimme. You want a wedgie, nerd? Give me that football, Ashton Crace said.
So after the run from Ethan Summer is going to be 2nd and medium here for the Shermans. Newt Hoops takes a snap, fakes the handoff. We got a flag here, but we also have a wide. Okay, the play just stopped. That's weird.
I mean, it's probably on the offense, right?
Yeah, it has to be
another
a false
fault.
I think it's a little like let the play kind of go, because I feel like if you stop the play whenever it started and one kid stops and the other one doesn't, you have a concussion waiting to happen.
We saw that in that one Raiders game last year with the technical touchdown or whatever it was, and it was just like, we heard a whistle 5 minutes ago. How did he just score?
Because we wanted him to.
I think it was a Bengals-Raiders game, actually.
The Bengals. The Bayou Bengals.
You might as well go to the Bayou.
All righty, so after the penalty, it will still be Unioto's ball here.
I think the cheat code for Unioto has been the extra pink that they're wearing tonight. You look at the guys like Ashton Crace, they've got the towel, he's got the tape on his elbows, and I mean that in all seriousness. For somebody who's been touched by breast cancer and things like that with his family, I really have to say I appreciate everybody that shows support to people like them. Susan G. Komen, just get it out there. And honestly speaking, if you look at my golf bag 24/7, we got it on there. So,
and if you look at the bag of trips that Ethan Summer is doing, he is getting them all out. Trick or treat tonight.
You should have said smell my feet.
I was waiting for you to say it. You didn't say anything. You looked at me like, I'm going to say it, and then you didn't.
I was waiting for you to. I was like, say it. Oh, good stuff here. Sorry if you hate us.
So Ethan Summer with a big run there. Unioto takes the ball 3rd and 3. Big 3rd down here for the Shermans. Clearly 4-down territory. They're going to turn around, hand it off to Ethan. Ethan's going to try to use that stiff arm. He's going to get close to that 1st down. I don't know if he got it, though.
Ethan being a senior, man, he knows in games like this, it's not just go down on this run. Every yard is going to matter if you're going to try to get into the second half before the other team can score. And to be honest with you, get a nice lead going in, especially because they get the ball back.
And with 44 seconds left here, it looks like Unioto's taking their time. Like, hey, we want to score this ball with no time left on the clock.
Did I not see Braylon Robertson score like a 65-yard touchdown earlier in the blink of an eye?
Newt's just going to get wrapped up on that one.
You got a lot of games ahead of you, boys. I think you got to give that to one of the bigger ones.
It's that 1st down. Clock's still rolling here.
Pink whistle on the ref. Respect.
Man, so I don't.
Interesting.
What do you feel about that call, Tony? 4th and 1, that close to a touchdown. 20 seconds to go.
Again, if I'm going to have my quarterback keep it, it's going to be right up the middle.
Yeah. All right, so 21 seconds to go. Pay Valley has the ball. They need a touchdown here. Tony, you alluded to it. Unioto gets the ball. Oh, no. I think Pay Valley gets the ball to start the second half. Yes. Hey, so Pay Valley, if they can get a touchdown here in this 20 seconds and then come out and get another touchdown, They can get 2 touchdowns before Unioto even touches the ball again.
That's why I thought it was pretty important for Unioto to just get to halftime.
All right, they're going to hand the ball off to Braylon, who's going to make a few guys miss.
They should have.
And I think that's just going to take us to halftime, Tony. Yeah, I think Corey's going to be happy with just getting out of here with only a 3-touchdown deficit. Now, again, I'll say it every time that I see a big deficit. My sophomore year, we go into halftime down 28-7 against Dina. Hadn't lost an SVC game yet that year. We end up winning 35-28. So this game's not over. But at halftime, big lead here for Unioto, 28-7.
Just as Clay said, when it's 28-7 going into halftime, we, Valley Forge Military Academy, played Don Bosco down 28-7. We ended up losing that game 56-7. So just because there may be some comebacks, we may also see Unioto, a group of seniors, a group of good athletes, close this game out. It's going to be very, very pivotal what Paint Valley does coming out of this half.
And there's only one way to find out. Stay here at the Ride the Wave show. We're going to give you a short break from our annoying
And to be
voices.
honest, you can mute your TV.
Yeah, you can. So then you don't even have to listen to us
we're
be
the
idiots.
freaking worst.
All righty, so we're going to give you guys a break. We're going to go get some water, and we will be back
I'm hungry.
for the start of the second half. We got pizza for that.
See?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the George Nicely Field. We literally just found a tree stump in the middle of Paint Valley School in the STEM section. Literally, there's a tree in the school.
It's a stump. It's like a whole live stump.
So that's what we were doing at halftime. But what were these teams doing at halftime? They're game planning. They were figuring out what they liked, what they didn't like in the first half. What Paint Valley liked in the first half was probably not a lot. What Unioto liked in the first half was a lot. What Paint Valley didn't like in the first half was probably a lot. What Unioto didn't like in the first half probably wasn't a lot, Tony.
Honestly, it just seems to be one of those things where Unioto's defense is kind of standing up. You know both of these offenses are high-powered. This is not the Paint Valley offense that we're used to at all. We have seen the big play. We have seen a couple things from them, but the consistency that they usually have, I'm not seeing, and they got to be pretty upset about that. But again, if they can get 7 back right here, it doesn't even have to be quick. It's a half of high school football.
Yes.
1,000 points could be scored in that
very,
time.
very good defense on the other side.
Absolutely.
Giving up 28 points. Now, here's something to think about, Tony, as the kick is away to start the second
Wonderful
half.
kickoffs all night. You can see they're setting up at the 15, having to run backwards to get them.
Paint Valley was down, I believe, 28-7 or 28-8 at halftime against Piketon just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
So this is not uncharted water there for them. They've been a second-half team all year. I even heard at Applebee's, shout out, Unioto players are there. They know Paint Valley's a second-half team. I heard them talking about it.
Yep.
So, one, that shows you that this team watches film, and two, that shows you that both of these teams come out in the second half are ready to make some big plays.
And they love their Applebee's.
That is one thing that we also found out.
You know?
All right, so Paint Valley takes a snap, hands off to Braylon Robertson, who is met by a host of Sherman tacklers for maybe a yard, if any.
I don't think you abandoned it just because you got stuffed. I'd really like to see them pound it a couple times, maybe get a first down just running the ball and try to open up some of that stuff for Carson Free because it's just too hard when he's got 2-3 guys on him with the safety cheating him.
I think it's time for some play action.
Absolutely.
All righty, so trips to the left. Preston takes a snap, comes up in the pocket.
Motor. Man.
Drop pass. One thing that I've noticed is maybe the reason that they're not doing a whole lot of drop back passes is Unioto is not letting him sit in that pocket and dissect him.
You need time to let him develop, or you have to let it go quickly. The problem with letting it go quickly is look at Ashton Crace. Look at the catch
Look
he
at Jake
made
Howard
at a wide receiver spot over there. You don't want them competing for a ball.
Oh, by the way, MVD has maybe the best shot you'll see all year.
Guys, I'm not kidding. Please keep up with the account. Like, honestly, that was one of the coolest highlights. He got it on a camera that's just constantly recording, so it's not something we can put up live really quick, but I'm not kidding. That was one of the best touchdown highlights I've ever seen in ESPN anywhere.
All right, so Braylon gets the handoff, another short gain. Give you a couple of score updates here around the league. Westfall Huntington, we have no update for that. So if you have an update, send it in the comment section to let us know. Zane Trace, nail biter with Southeastern. They're up 35-0. And then in the second quarter at halftime, here's a game to keep your eye on. At halftime, Piketon is only up 22-17 on Adina. So Adina having a good night tonight out of the Warriors. Now going over to the FAC, Chillicothe's down 7-0 in their game as Paint Valley sets up to punt the ball away after going 3 and out. Hillsboro's up 7-0 on Miami Trace. Jackson up 49-7 on McLean. So those are your FAC games here. Now, Vinton County, they're up 7-0 on Nelsonville, York. Battle for the TVC there. So keep you updated with those games as we're going on. Wheelersburg, they're up 28-0 on Memphis. Waverly, shocker here, up 33-17 on Northwest.
The one thing I got to say is, man, I really felt like that McLean loss last week was just a dagger. You know, it was one of those games that was really the turning point in the season. If they would have pulled that out, it really, really, really would have been a great W.
All righty, so Newt hands the ball off. Oh, and that's going to be a big run there by number 14, Ethan Summer, bouncing it to the outside and getting the first down. So that was the kind of play that we expected the Bearcats to try and make, but it's the Shermans getting off to a hard start
High
here.
socks, high knees, cool breeze. Baby, first down.
That was awesome. Good rhyming there.
I don't know. It just kind of came out.
Alrighty, so after the first down, Unioto gets up to the line, 2 wide receivers to the right. Ashton that is going to be, Ashton Crace down there. I can never tell if that's an 8 or a 6, so I'm sorry that I'm stupid for everybody out here. But they're going to hand it off to Ethan Summer, who's going to find another giant hole. Man, and it looks like Unioto's just trying to take the absolute will out of Paint Valley.
Got to give a shout out for another good tackle. You saw Ethan lower his head to try to go through him. He went lower. That's a good tackle. Great play by Ethan, but a good tackle as well. I do want to give a quick shout out. Deborah, good luck on your upcoming knee surgery, okay, from the Tank faithful out here.
All right.
We just want to say thank you for everyone viewing out of state here. Honestly, we appreciate so much of the thank yous that we've been getting. Some family members walking up to us saying that it's opening opportunities for people to see, their family members play for the first time.
Yeah.
Literally why we do this.
Yes.
I swear to God. So, Deborah, being a physical therapy guy myself, hit it hard. We know you're going to do great. We wish you a successful knee surgery.
Deborah, needing physical therapy myself, please look at my knee. It is 40 years old, and I'm only 27.
She doesn't do therapy. She's going to need therapy.
I'll go with you.
Deborah, good luck, for real. Also,
for real, my knee is 40 years old. I'm 27.
We also have to give a quick shout out. We're going to learn more about you. Let's watch this play here.
All right, New Hoops takes the snap, hands it off to Ethan Summer. That looks like the bread and butter of this drive here. But I think you're about to say give a shout out to the cookie lady?
The cookie lady.
The cookie lady.
I'm telling you
if
right
you're
now.
listening, I need to try those cookies.
I heard she's here tonight. And I heard she's sitting on the 50-yard line. Oh. And I heard she knows we're here.
Well, no, duh, that the Shermans are playing so good. They got the cookie lady at the 50-yard line. I'd be playing good if I smoked cookies the entire game, too.
I'm
I knew
telling
they
you.
were for me.
Worked on the volleyball team.
They did. All righty, so after the penalty there, it is going to be Unioto's ball, 1st and 21 on Paint Valley's 43-yard line. Newt takes a snap, hands off to Ethan Summer, bouncing it to the outside here. So it looks like Unioto's really liking the outside runs here with Paint Valley, or against Paint Valley. I think that's smart. And we got another penalty. I don't know. I don't really know what that was on it. Looking at Paint Valley's side, so it might be on Paint Valley.
I don't know if they know this, but it's hard to call a game with this many flags. I'm trying to have a good conversation with our fans out there. And to be honest with you, they probably don't want to hear me. I'm probably on mute. But what I will say is I'm trying out here. Come on, refs. Let these boys play. I'm getting tired of this.
Okay,
Come on, be quick. Look, we love the
be a
referees.
confusing
Honestly
call.
speaking, we are way too mean to them.
So that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct there for Paint Valley. Normally when you get an unsportsmanlike conduct, that's, just some extracurriculars after the play that the referees just don't like. The thing with unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, it is a judgment call, but sometimes your judgment's common sense. So
The only thing I want checked is the flag that Hoops just threw back to the ref. There could have been cookies in there, and that is a bribe.
That is a bribe. I am 12. So Connor Dolison getting a big run there for the Unioto after that penalty. And
Are you from the state board? Can you check that flag and tell me what it smells like? Does that flag smell like cookies? Thank you.
so we have somebody checking right now to make sure that it doesn't have a cookie in it.
If there's bribes on this field, we should have been first.
Yes.
Okay? If it's going to happen.
We're not saying we're against bribes. We just want to be, thought of.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So Unioto's attack here has been what has been all year, ladies and gentlemen. They're beating him in the run, and then they're just dissecting him in the pass game.
I think you got to stick to the outside. We talked about the trenches. Paint Valley's been ready for it. They just really, really have. Got to stick to the outside, though. We just said if it's not broke, don't fix it. You ran 4 straight plays towards either the B gap, and for the people that don't know what that is, you got the center smack dab in the middle. You got the A on both sides of him. You pop out one more. Those are 2 B gaps.
Wait. If you pop out one more, what's that, the Z?
E?
No, the C. The C gap. All righty.
Now, let me ask you this. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
Arr.
Ha! You're a joke. You may think it's R, but it's the C.
Oh, somebody just got me on that the other day. I suck.
Loser.
All righty, so now Unioto in their new hoop sneak it formation. And that's exactly what he does, going right through that A gap like Tony was just talking about. Now, we normally would call that QB sneak, right? But with all these records being broken, we thought rebrand to the Newt sneak.
I like it.
All righty. So here we go again. It looks like they line up in the Newt sneak again on a first down, going to the outside, and he's going to have a Blake Hooks is ready to block for his older brother there.
Look at that leverage.
Yeah.
Woof.
All righty. So Unioto, like we were just talking about, Tony, they're not getting it done just in the run game. They're not getting it done just in the passing game. They're getting it done on the defensive end. They're winning all assets of this game. And when I say assets, I also mean phases, because I'm an idiot.
At least we're honest here.
All right, so they line up in that formation
Marcel
again.
James back there to block.
No,
Oh,
he's
and
not.
he's leading the way. Yes, he
Oh,
is.
sorry, yes, I saw he got the ball. No, that was actually number 42. They got the ball. And ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. We don't have number 42 on
His
our
name
roster.
is officially Young Stud.
That stud.
We have Young Stud coming out here with a nice
So
run.
As you see here, Young Stud lands up right next to Newt Hoops. Newt Hoops takes a snap and said, here you go, Young
Gives
Stud.
him the old shaboinga boing.
And Young Stud says, I'm going to run right through the middle, and I'm not going to be taken down unless I'm chosen to be taken down. And that is going to be incomplete. Pass intended to number 2, KB Perkins. So it looks like the Sherman's goal here on this drive.
Guys, you do realize KB Perkins is the sack leader on this team.
Yeah, you
okay?
also realize that KB Perkins is 6'12".
And he can run a seam route like a beast.
Yes. Which he is a beast.
Speaking of seam route, I'm telling you, we don't see enough of it here.
We don't.
Straight down the middle with the size of some of these safeties should be utilized.
All right, they line up in the Newt sneak formation. Newt does a little cha-cha slide and then goes right up the middle, but he's going to be brought down by a host of Bearcat tacklers.
Similar to the old tush push from the Eagles we have in the NFL now. You know, you get those boys behind you, and honestly speaking, once you get stood up, it's hard to go down.
Every time I see the Eagles do that, I just think of that Talladega Nights scene where it's like, hey, maybe you could let me win one time. It's like, well, if you win, how am I supposed to win?
4th and 1. Maybe you'll let me get this turnover on downs. Well, if you get
How am I supposed to get it? Okay. All right, so Unioto driving. If they score here, Tony, that could be a huge dagger for this Paint Valley team.
It really, really could. Again, you really needed to come out with some points on that first seam drop back.
Just a little too
tapped?
high there.
Seemed like it might have been touched at the line of scrimmage.
Definitely number 85 Reed there for Paint Valley. Him getting his hands up makes that pass go too high because he wants to put some air on it. He doesn't want to let it get back down. But in doing that, you make it a little too high for your defender. But even if that defender caught it and ran in for a touchdown, wouldn't have mattered because it's holding on the offense. Now, with holding, we'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, there's probably holding on every single play.
Absolutely.
But normally when you get called for holding, whenever you're a lineman, you're trying to grab the shoulder pads right there in the middle of the chest, and then you could control where the defender's going. That is technically a hold, but you're so tight in, it's hard for the referees to see it. It's when your hands get on the outside or on the shoulders, or the defender's running away from you and you don't let go, that's normally when you get called for holding. That was a tight window that Newt Hoops had to get that throw through. Looks like he got through, but it was just a little too high there for his receiver. So if you look here, Newt Hoops, he's going to take the snap, drop back, keep his eyes downfield, and look at that window he has to get it in there. I mean, that's a car-size window.
And to be honest
in the
with you, if you
back when
throw
it
it
can't
anywhere
roll
else, it's batted or picked. So
Yeah.
you have to throw it there, give your receiver a chance, and that's that.
All righty, so big 4th down here. The GOAT walks out onto the field. Lucas Haynes. The kick is away, and what else do you expect? The kick is good. From the GOAT himself out there, Lucas Haynes.
What was that?
That was the GOAT whenever he's out of breath from carrying this team field goals all season.
Oh, such a sad goat. Goat nonetheless. Greatest of all time.
Lucas Haynes. You'll hear autocorrect, my bad.
It really, really is. I haven't
Ladies
seen him
and gentlemen,
miss one.
you don't understand how difficult it is to kick a field goal. It might look easy, but that's because he is so good at it.
And don't ever forget, it takes 3 people to touch
I
that
was
ball
about
before
to
you
say,
even get it.
yes, it takes way more than just the kicker. You have to have the snap, you have
Shout
to have
Xander
a good
Carey.
hold, and you have to get those laces out, because if those laces are pointed at the kicker, 10 times out of 10 it's going to be a shank.
Ask Finkel.
What?
Laces out, Finkel?
Laces
Come on, VIT's got me. Where
Oh,
are we tonight with these references? Everybody knows Ace Ventura. How could she be a man when she's got a Mr. Winky? You know this.
I do, but I don't, but I do,
I
but
slapped
I don't.
you, my hand hurts.
It's because I am him. So, after the long field goal there by the GOAT, Lucas Haynes, Unioto has a 31-7 lead, kicking off with 6:22 to go in the third quarter.
I'd like to know exactly how far that was. That was one of the longer field goals we've seen all year. To be 100% honest with you, most coaches wouldn't even elect to kick there. You don't have that style of kicker, so I wouldn't be surprised if that is the longest field goal of the year.
Tony, he might make it a field goal on the kickoff.
Come.
What are we throwing a flag on here?
Okay.
That's possible? Ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to lie to you. Did not know you could have a delay of game on the kickoff. Is it for a clock?
The only thing I'm going to say is, look, the refs better chill. Okay, 1, I'm tired of calling the game around it. And 2, that was a really aggressive put down of that ball. Did you see him? He was salty. Okay? Calm down, bud. Keep the flag in your pocket and let us watch some football.
We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors for making this happen. McFadden Pharmacy. He doesn't have only drugs there. He has
Can
amazing
you say
knickknacks.
just go down there and get all your pharmaceutical needs? Use a big word.
I don't know the word.
For all your pharmaceutical needs, go down to McFadden's. Honestly speaking, whether it's something you need over the counter, whether it's a couple trinkets, magnets, and we've got a big. Oh no, you got to get it out.
Nope, that's a touchback. That's a touchback. But yes, for all your pharmaceutical needs, make sure you get down
Can you
there to
explain that
McFadden
one to me
Pharmacy.
real quick? Though?
Yes. So what happened there is, as soon as the ball on the kickoff goes into the end zone at any time whatsoever,
Even if the player touches it?
before it's touched by the defense. So if the offensive player would have touched it at the 10, I think, and then ran back into the end zone, still a touchback
Gotcha,
there.
okay.
Which,
Thank you for clearing that
honest
up.
to God, why don't they do that every time?
And
But yeah, so that touchback's going. And when a touchback happens, that means that the ball just goes straight out to the 20. So ball on the 20. Braylon Robertson gets the handoff, and again,
goodness
this
gracious,
Unioto
Marcel
defensive line.
James. He timed that snap count.
Yes.
There is no way you are that quickly through that line of scrimmage without trying to time it perfectly.
But
dang.
This Unioto defensive line has been killer all night, Tony.
He is literally hitting himself in the head to say, is this a dream or did I just have a perfect play?
Bobby Boucher style.
Goodness. And he really has. I love the Brian Dawkins style Wolverine combo he's giving right now.
I heard that he hates Gatorade. All right, so Preston steps
flying
up
around.
in the pocket. Man, he just didn't have anywhere to go there.
Nowhere to go. And
This
I'm not going to
defense is
lie.
smothering.
Man, way to not take that sack. That is a very, very good footwork by him. To be honest with you, that's what you practice in the backyard, getting hit with pool noodles and all those things like that. It's the truth. It's what prepares you. I mean, God forbid, his dad's throwing spaghetti noodles at him and all types of stuff.
Maybe you're a Paxton burger that's absolutely delicious.
To be honest with you, again, if you're in Bainbridge, just stop and try it. You don't go, just go ahead and get it. And when you do, just comment in here and say thank you. Thank you to Ride the Wave Show for introducing you. Oh,
All right, the option, nice pitch there to Carson Free. But again, I will say it again, this Unioto defensive line has just taken this game over, Tony.
When playing both sides of the ball, when you're consistently trying to battle from a gap, when you're coming from Paint Valley, they've done a great job at stopping the run. They really have. Most of the success has come from the outside. The only problem is just you fatigue. And just some of the side. Look at a guy like Xander Carey on the offensive line. Some of these defensive men are going against.
Oh, that's a block punt! Oh, my goodness, Unioto blocks it, and then they recover it! My goodness!
Cody Braden looked up and said,
"Oh, what an amazing play here for the Shermans!" Now, I think the refs might be discussing if since it came forward. Actually, I don't even know what they might be talking about.
Is it a running
here.
into the kicker?
Yeah,
Because the thing is, sometimes when you're trying that
it
hard,
looks like you did an illegal man downfield motion there, Tony. Normally when they tap their head like that, that means illegal man downfield. I don't know how you do that on a punt, though.
Marcel James seems to have understood the assignment.
So a penalty on Paint Valley saves the day. I would love to explain to everybody what just happened, but I have no idea what just happened.
So did he say illegal formation?
I don't know.
If he said illegal formation, the problem with it is if it's an illegal formation, the
I think
play
he
is
said
dead.
illegal participation, but formation sounds a little bit better.
But either way, if the play is called dead before the start, it wouldn't be the punt. This doesn't make any. Oh, there we
now
go.
they have
Yes,
the ball?
it does. Yeah, no.
And
no,
now
Unioto has it.
okay, touchdown. So after
The flag happened after the catch is what I think happened because they were sitting at the 10-yard line. He caught the ball back at about the 30. I'm guessing that he caught the ball and the flag happened after that. I'm not quite sure.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I'm in math class again because I'm confused.
We are going
But-
to move on from it because we're
yes.
not going to get any better
But
than
it is
that.
going to be a touchdown for the Shermans. It looks like Unioto is starting to pull away with this one.
It takes every bone in my body not to try to go catch this field goal.
All right, so the GOAT trots back on the field for the PAT field goal.
Dude, they literally might have to hire the polls. Like, that literally was higher than both polls. Like, if that went over one.
I thought you meant hire them like for a job. I didn't understand that.
What job would that be?
So we go on after that amazing play there. Yeah, very confusing play there by the Unioto.
At the very
special
least, the
teams.
block punt counted, and we had
Yes.
Cody Braden be there, reel it in, and
Yes.
they got the ball back.
I wish I wasn't confused and I could have watched the.
It's the ref's fault. There should have never been a
yeah,
flag on the
come
play
on, man.
anyways. Let the boys play.
The ref should know that I'm not smart. So after that touchdown, Unioto out to a 38-7 lead. The air in the stadium on the Bearcats sideline has been sucked out of the stadium.
It's kind of like one of those balloons where you have it and you blow it up, and then when you let it go, it goes like.
I saw one of the refs that ref the game against Peebles, and he cheated. But anyways, yeah, what you were saying, it's like a balloon that just flies out of the stadium.
It's just sad. You know, to be honest with you, you just didn't want to see it go down like this. You know Paint Valley didn't want to see it. They are such a good team with a lot of good players. But the season's not over. If I'm dipping into the playbook.
Playoffs are clinched.
Let's have some fun.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Start digging out some plays you might need against some of these dogs you're going to be seeing
And the
through
kick
playoffs.
is away. Carson Free receives it, tries to find a seam. And I think it's
Cody
safe to say he did not find one, Tony.
Cody Braden said, dude, you can jump as high as you want. I'm right here, bud.
Alrighty. So that is going to get the ball
Okay,
on
ref.
the 21.
Ref getting out here with a nice hot potato catch. Well done, bud.
Yeah, ball on the 21 here for the Bearcats as they take over after giving up the touchdown.
Word is in there was no cookies in that flag. Fair game here.
Oh, we did get confirmation from that, but there are cookies at the Railway Express along with some other goodies to make sure. And the most important thing, gas.
Man, just great great tackling. Just a lot of teams would have missed one by now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I've seen 9, 10 good tackles out here.
This defense, honest to God, has played flawlessly. They gave up one big play that resulted into a touchdown, but other than that, really nothing for the Bearcats.
You know, once you start stacking that box and you let your corners on the outside kind of take care of some of that business, it's just.
And Paint Valley's been trying to run it up the middle. Again, that's how they got that big touchdown run. And Unioto's like, look, you beat us with it one time. We're going to make our adjustment. You're not doing it again.
You're not doing it again, and when you take away that, you got to put it at the corners. And, man, there's a bunch of them.
Alrighty, so Paint Valley takes the ball, 3rd and 1. Fakes the handoff, Preston. I don't think he got it. I think he's still short. Well, he himself isn't short. He's pretty tall, but I think that he was short of the line of game. Oh, no, they're going to give it to him, so that's going to be a 1st down, Paint Valley. Two wide receivers to the left, one to the right. They're going to hand it off to Braylon Robertson. Braylon Robertson's going to come
There
back in
it
the
is.
middle, and that's another big run for the
Oh!
my goodness!
Oh!
Puts him on rollerblades and gets inside to the 10-yard line. My goodness, he looked like he went dancing with that defender.
Somebody call 911. We need an ambulance on the field. There are ankles still standing there. No human attached.
And there he goes.
Oh, my Lanta.
It looked like the defender was on ice out there, and then it brought down inside the 10. That might be the big play that Pay Valley's needed with 58 seconds to go in this third quarter.
If you think that you can't pull a crossover in football, you're lying to yourself.
Hey, that's why he's a point guard, too.
My goodness gracious. Reminiscent of Allen Iverson out there.
Hit
Here
him
I
with it.
am. Here I'm not, bud.
Looked like when he shook up Mike.
Man, that defender went end over end. See you later, bud.
Tight end over tight end.
Man, oh, man, that was nice.
But the big run by the Bearcats puts some life into this team. If they can get a score here, again, probably do you go onside kick this early in the game?
No.
You haven't stopped their offense. So
Absolutely.
I don't think it matters where you give the ball to this offense.
Kind of. The whole thing is like if your defense can come out and get a stop, or, I mean, honestly speaking, it gives it more opportunities to potentially get a turnover.
Paint Valley needs to score on this play right here to capitalize quickly on that big play, I believe. Because if you do that, you keep the juices flowing from that big play, and then you can, like you said, maybe catapult that defense to getting one of their first stops in a while. Preston takes a snap, fakes it to Braylon, passes to Carson Free, incomplete.
Ashton Crace with the coverage. Way to come back. You know, you don't like to point it out, but Ashton Crace was the one that got his ankles broken on that last play. Came out here, and seems like they're not broken to him. He said, let me dust that off.
Might have been karma. You know, when you break every other DB's ankles in the SVC, it's bound to happen to you eventually.
Fair is fair.
Alrighty, so Pay Valley comes back out after that incomplete pass, hands it off to, fakes it to Braylon Robertson, but Unioto sniffed it out better than me because they come up with a big tackle for loss there by number 53 and number 55, Will Fleck and Marcel James, who has been, they have to pay rent for how much they've been living in this backfield tonight.
It really, really is. To be honest with you, it looks like he's just having a freaking blast.
He is. That's what's so amazing. And as we end this third quarter, Unioto up 38-7 for the battle of the gold ball here. Again, want to give big shout out to our sponsors, Railway Express. They are located in the Marathon gas station on Veterans Parkway. So whenever you're stuck in the longest line of eternity, leaving Unioto after school, stop in there and get some snacks to get through that really long line. Shout out to Paxton Restaurant. The best.
Also, all you guys going to JC's, if you're not playing golf with sour cream and onion chips, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
okay? Where I get mine before I go to JC's.
Marathon gas station, a.k.a.
Railway
Express.
Express. So I grab my chips, I grab some za out there, I get my hands nice and greasy, and I go hit some hiss missiles, as we like to say. They usually use another word, but we're clean here on the air, and I'm telling you what. But stop in there. And next up, I'll finish what I was talking about with McFadden Pharmacy. For all your pharmaceutical needs, whether it's stuff over the counter, whether it's the stuff you get from your doctor, and honestly speaking, they're actually good prices. Being somebody that's into bracing, I see the prices of walkers up between $65, $80 to $110. You can actually get ones here that are fair priced. And to be honest with you, I just really respect that with somebody that's in the medical
don't forget the knickknacks. Again, they got magnets with the PV logo on them, the 740 logo, the 45612, and that's not where they stop. That's just the ones that really caught my eye last night as the Bearcats handed off to Braylon Robertson going up the middle here. And you know what? After you stop at McFadden Pharmacy and you get all those pharmaceutical needs, go over there for the BBB, the breakfast, burgers, and whatever the other third B was that we said the other half. Burgers and beautiful people.
The one thing we will say is we really, really appreciate all the support we've been getting. We can't say it enough. I can't remember either. All that being said, we really do appreciate all the support that we've gotten. It's brought us to tears multiple times. I'm not even kidding. Oh, way to
throw out the sack there. Threw it to somewhere where, 4th and 11, you got to give your wide receivers a chance to make a play there. You can't just take a sack. So good there by Preston. But Unioto's defense, again, gives up the big play, bend, don't break attitude. You love to see it out here by the Shermans.
You really do. I mean, they're prepping. You know, when you're kind of sitting there, you can't get comfortable with this lead, especially because iron sharpens steel. Now's the time to do it. You're not going to get practice reps like you'll get on the field right now.
Right.
Because Paint Valley, again, you've got some good players out there. So if you want to test yourself, this is the team to do it against. A guy like Caden Cutright, this is a litmus test.
Yes.
And to be honest with you.
With his sister Ella Cutright tearing up on the volleyball court this week.
Ella Cutthroat?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dog.
I forgot they changed her last name legally.
Wouldn't want to be at that Thanksgiving dinner.
Kind of like a Chad Ochocinco thing.
Unless I'm the dad. Way to look back and just be like both
so
my
Ashton
kids are
Crace
dads?
gets the ball. So that's going to be a late hit. Unioto sidelines knew it early. Honestly, I'm not going to make an opinion on that call because there's just too many people for me to know when that runner was out of bounds. So looks like it's going to be a late hit there on Paint Valley. The mental errors keep piling up here for the Paint Valley Bearcats. So if you're just joining us, first drive for the Shermans comes up with a big interception on Paint Valley's side. Then Paint Valley goes and gets a giant run from Braylon Robertson to get the touchdown. And then after that, all Unioto. They've been on a 38-0 run since giving up that touchdown.
It has been like a Nelly Furtado CD out here. Just, I'm like a bird. I want to end the game.
And Ty Woods is going to fly away and then run into a host of Paint Valley tacklers.
Those black jerseys.
And
really
another flag.
Never mind. I can't even
say
keep up with
holding?
it.
I
At
didn't
this
hear
point,
what he
it sounded like
Yeah, I didn't hear what he said there, but that is going to be a penalty on Unioto. Normally that means holding since the play actually got to – so just so you guys know, 9 times out of 10, whenever a penalty is called on the offense, the play will keep going unless that penalty is a false start. Whenever there's a false start, which means somebody on the offense moved before the center snapped the ball, the play will be dead immediately.
It's almost like they get a head start.
Connor Dollison, he kind of got rolled up there trying to block, but it looks like he gets up and walks it off okay. That's a tough kid. Look to see him keep going.
I don't know if they'll read it. And I can't find any spare batteries.
All righty, so after the run, 2nd and 13 here. Looks like Ethan Summer on the carry there. Now, if you're this Paint Valley team here, Tony, again, you're down 38-7. Looks like Unioto probably just run this one out as New Hoops gets the call here from his dad, Matt. You have a lot to look forward to here if you're this Paint Valley fan base. Preston, your starting quarterback, sophomore. Braylon, your starting running back, junior. Carson, your best receiver, junior. So 3 of your studs. Oh, and that is a huge, incomplete pass. Oh.
No. Be okay, buddy.
Yep, it looks like, and that was intended there for Ashton Crace. Looks like that is going to be incomplete, but more importantly, he gets up and walks off the field after an apparent injury look going there. But the future looks bright for Paint Valley, Tony, but the future is now for Unioto.
It really, really is. You know, Newt being a senior, it's not that they're going to have to, quote-unquote, reload or retool or anything like that. That's what they actually said they'd have to do this year.
Yeah.
But clearly they kind of knocked that out of the park and said, I don't think so. Ashton Crace is actually usually the punter, so we actually have a switch up there. We see Blake Hoops out here, who actually has experience punting as well.
Showing off that leg.
But that being said, you know,
no, that is Ashton Crace.
No, it's number 1.
8. You're number one, Tony.
I think he was a little bit shaken up. And to be honest with you,
I would be too, man. That looked like a big hit.
Gage Wagner, that was a beautiful play, beautifully created, beautifully executed. Couldn't bring it to the ground because he got what we like to say, mollywopped.
Molly,
Which we actually learned we're allowed to say on the air.
While on the air, we learned that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Payne Valley will take over again, down 38-7. 6 minutes exactly to go in this ball game, folks. Again, if you're watching us out of state, thank you so much. That we do this not only for the kids to help them get exposure, but like we said earlier in the broadcast, I have family that lives in Indiana, Missouri, Florida. When I was in high school, I wish there was a way for them to have gotten to see me without having to drive forever and a day to come to one of my games. So we're really glad that we can give you guys the opportunity. And again, if you're listening to us on mute and can't even hear us saying thank you, we get it.
Yep, and we completely understand.
And we kind of, honestly, sometimes maybe even recommend it. All right, so if we're going to give you some football updates, Adena is up 24-22 on Piketon right at this moment. Zane Trey is up 42 to nada on Southeastern. Westfall 27-6 over Huntington. Courthouse and Chillicothe still at 7-0 as number 8 for the Bearcats gets the ball handed off and goes absolutely. Oh, that's going to be a fumble, and that's going to be picked up by none other than Jake Howard himself.
He sitting there says, "Can I get some of this?" You know, I'm sitting at the table too. I brought some ingredients. I brought some food. I help cook. I'm at the potluck.
So look, number 53 here.
Marcel James comes in and puts his shoulder down and blows that ball out.
And then number 53,
What
Will
a
Fleck,
dog.
he could have just grabbed him, right, and taken him down to the ground. Makes the smart decision of holding him up and making sure that someone had an opportunity to cause a fumble. You want to know why he did that? Because he wearing the number 53. You know who else did? Me. That's why he's so good.
Will Fleck, absolute great, another senior. Marcel James comes in and doesn't rap. That's where you kind of look at it and say, Big Will Fleck, he's got it covered. He's standing him up. I don't need to wrap him. I'm going to lay the wood on this ball to see if I can create a turnover. That's exactly what he did. Jake Howard, I'm really excited for him to not only get a fumble recovery, but get an interception this game as well.
All right, so Unioto takes over the ball, hands it off, right up the middle. Ethan Summers not really going to get anywhere. Update from, again, our buddy Adam down at his alma mater's game. Battle of the TVC title down there. Vinton County's up 13-7 on Nelsonville, York. And we will say right here, we are rooting for Vinton County.
100%.
So let's go Vikes. Sorry we couldn't make it down there last week. Again, Adam will be down there for your guys' senior night next week to give away your free pizza, so do not worry.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing that W team that we're not allowed to say the name of. So another person that we want to give a big shout out to, beautifully stained Tank. He is giving me my tattoo this Monday for all you Huntsman fans that's been like, hey, where's your tattoo? Heard it everywhere I've gone, 4 weeks. It is going to be done this Monday. Tank at Beautifully Stained donating his time to give us the tattoo, so I felt obligated. I got to give him a shout out. We really appreciate you, Tank. We really appreciate you, Huntington community, SVC community, raising that money for Dalton Black as he continues his fight.
And that was at multiple schools. You
Yes.
know, even raising money at,
Unioto actually, or not, sorry, Payne Valley raised money last week here at the concession stands for him.
Exactly. Man, I love it. Like, in today's world, you're not seeing enough good things.
Yeah.
This is what you need to look at. We had the Wiener Dog race downtown. One thing,
Electric.
somebody told me to describe it, and I just said,
Wiener Dogs
we
racing
had
each other.
140 people there right around it. None of them didn't have a smile on your face.
It was a great
When in
time.
today's day and age can you get that many people together and not have somebody that's upset? Because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people leaving here upset.
Alrighty, so after the handoff, 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this game. Matt Hoops has got to be feeling amazing as – do we?
Is he doing, I don't want to be a chicken, I don't want to be a duck?
I think he's like, hey, I got the –
I got that feeling
I'm a
up in my phone.
But yeah, Matt Hoops has to be feeling amazing, getting his SVC title here with both of his sons, Newt and Blake Hoops. We've gotten to know as Ethan Summer goes right up the middle. Ethan Summer brings a tackle, and Ethan Summer is going to score a touchdown for the Shermans. really put this game away.
It really, really does.
But we've been getting to know Matt, Newt, and Blake a lot more through this, and it has been fun to watch the process of not just this Unioto team, but this family get to go through this, because you don't get to see it very often, Tony.
As a father myself, I have a 2-year-old, and we went to Petland and got a fish recently, okay? Highlight. It was an amazing moment. It was an absolute blast.
What'd you name
I
the fish?
could not freaking imagine winning a freaking SVC title
Yes.
with my sons.
And a cold ball on
Multiple.
top of that.
Like, goodness gracious.
But Tony,
you
we
know.
got to get back. What did you name the fish?
I did not get to name it. He did. And again, being a 2-year-old, I asked him what he wanted. He said, Beepo.
All righty.
Beepo.
Beepo.
I was going, what is a Beepo? He got a little bit of
Give
on
it
there.
up, Beepo, you'll
And now
see.
it ended
Hey.
with Rico.
Okay, Rico.
Rico. He likes it quite a bit.
My cousin Rico is a fish. I can start telling people that.
He's very nice, man. He really, really is.
All righty. So after a penalty again,
Getting back to the original point, that was such a good moment for me. I could not imagine getting to do what Matt's getting to do right now.
Yes.
Both of your children getting there, and both of them playing big parts. It's not like, sometimes when you have family members, you have one doing big things like a Newt, and then the other one might just be, I don't know, like the 5th string wide receiver. That's not the case. We see this Blake and Newt connection every single time we watch them play together. So it's just awesome.
and the crazy
awesome to
thing
watch.
is, Blake might be, I don't know, maybe we'll just say 2, right? Because you got to put Cut right up there. He's been an absolute dog. You got Crace. The 1-2 changes every single night, right? But the crazy thing is, I feel like one of those 1-2s every night is Blake Hoops, and he doesn't care which one he is. He has been a great team player this year. We got to talk with Newt before the season. He's like, sometimes Blake was coming back to me saying, Newt, I'm open. Give me the ball, blah, blah, blah. And this year, we've kind of seen, he went out with the injury early in the year.
Exactly.
I think that injury, getting to be on the sidelines, getting to see how great his other teammates are. Not saying he didn't already know that. 100% not saying
Seeing
that.
it live is
But,
nice.
Yeah,
Live,
when
live
you get to
speed.
take a step back and watch your team live in action. I remember my junior year, I went out with a knee injury. Imagine that. And I had to watch our Williamsburg game, week 2, and I was like, man, I really got to step up my game, but not care if I'm the 1 or the 2. And I was only a lineman. So
Sometimes you have to realize that when you have good players around you, if you're good and you're really good, that'll make you better too.
Exactly.
So Blake, when he's out here, man, when you have Caden Cutright on the other side, why do you think he can make it look easy? Because it kind of is sometimes.
Yes. And imagine every single day your one-on-one in practice is your Blake Hoops going up against Ethan Cutright.
Yeah. Or a Jake Howard.
Exactly.
You know
How
what
does
I mean?
that not make you better? Kind of going up, again,
And Ashton Craze,
I know
geez Louise, man. We didn't even say him when you're talking about two sides of the ball. He may be
Jake
the best
Howard.
two-way player. Jake Howard as well.
My goodness, the list goes on and on.
Ty Woods.
Now, this
Rocky Reinhardt, baby.
Bryson Dunham. Ooh. Now, he's a hard-fought kid. Heard that he's going to be playing basketball again this year. He can be a big factor for this Payne Valley basketball team this year as we're getting into that.
Another flag.
All right, so after that flag, we got 23 seconds to go in this game, so that's just going to delay that a little bit.
All right.
So we were talking.
Let's do it.
So we were talking about basketball a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought about bringing it up on this broadcast. We thought it would be one of our bigger ones. We were right. So we wanted to let everybody know, as you know, we do a normal talk show every single Monday. Gary Williams is coming on. The
Dude, what
legend.
crappy lead-in. Okay, so first off, we have the best guest that we've had so far. And not
As
only
this
is
game
he-
ends, hold on. As this game ends, the Unioto Shermans win 45-7. They are now solely in first place for the SVC title and for the gold ball. But getting back to what we were saying, October 23rd, we'll have
the
National Championship coach with Maryland, coach of Steve Francis, Steve Blake, NBA players, National Basketball Hall of Famer, Coach Gary Williams will be on our show Monday the 20th.
Two-time Hall of Famer Gary Williams. You may know him as a legend. He is also from New Collingswood, New Jersey. That's a suburb of Philly. Another Philadelphia icon. Okay?
And you know who else is going to be a legend? These Unioto Shermans. After
really
this
will be.
big win over the Bearcats, they are one game away from a perfect SVC season, from winning this gold ball, and they win tonight with absolute dominance.
You know what's crazy?
What?
They're one hook and ladder away from being
They
undefeated
really
this
are.
season.
They
man.
really are.
A hook and ladder right before halftime, man. It's just, it's pretty crazy. And again, they had a crazy start to the year with going against a Vinton County team who has been undefeated since. And only beating them by 1 point. 5 turnovers they got that game, and still were only to be able to pull that off on a blocked extra point.
So we want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in to this Ride the Wave show broadcast. Again, I want to shout out Railway Express, Paxton Restaurant, McFadden Pharmacy, Giovanni's Pizza for giving us the sponsorship for this. We also want to give a shout out to North Fork Animal Clinic. They are actually sponsoring us because we will be at the SVC cross country meet tomorrow covering that thanks to North Fork Animal Clinic. So wanted to give them a shout out. This has been fun. Thank you, Paint Valley, for being our host. You saw here the Unioto Shermans win against the Paint Valley Bearcats to be in sole possession of first place, 1 game away from a gold ball. Make sure that you tune in to us on Monday, 5:30 for our talk show. We will talk all about this game. Make sure you check out our website, rtwavesports.com, for all the score updates and stat updates. We will see you on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Deuce.